I'm going to talk about the 2019 Medicare Part B and Part D premiums, and specifically the adjusted premiums if you're making too much money. I'll also show you how to appeal it if things have changed, so stay tuned. I'm going to talk about 2019 premiums for Medicare Part B and Medicare Part D. And it is certainly an important topic. Most people don't realize that different people pay different things for their Part B or their drug coverage Part D. I'm going to show you exactly how it all functions. I'm going to show you how to appeal it if you don't agree with it, and kind of what to understand so that you don't have any surprises. Now, this is more commonly known as IRMAA. And IRMAA stands for Income Related Monthly Adjusted Amount. So it's a determination based on your income, how much more you're going to pay for your Medicare. And it can be significant. So I'm going to show you exactly how much it is. I'm going to show you how to handle it. And if you stay with me at the end, I'm going to show you where to download a copy of what I'm going to go over right now. I'll show you where to get a copy of the appeal form if things have changed for you, and a brochure that tells you exactly how to handle everything. So stick with me. I'll show you where to get all that very easily. You can download it right now. This is what we're going to go over right now. And this is a form put out by Social Security that shows us what IRMAA is all about. So it's pretty interesting and certainly something we need to understand. So rules for higher income beneficiaries. So if you are a victim of your own success and you're making more than you should, you're going to pay more for Medicare. And again, it can be significant. So if you have higher income, the law requires adjustments to your monthly Medicare Part B and Medicare prescription drug coverage, which is Part D. Higher income beneficiaries pay higher premiums for Part B and prescription drug coverages. This affects less than 5% of people with Medicare, so most people don't pay a higher premium. And they're trying to be nice in this brochure on how they present this. I don't know that 5% is an accurate number or not, but we're going to go with what they're telling us. So how does this affect me? If you have higher income, you'll pay an additional premium for your Part B and your prescription drug coverage. We call the additional amount income-related monthly adjustment amount. Here's how it works. So Part B helps pay for your doctor services and outpatient care. So this is not the hospital. This is the Part B where you have a normal monthly premium. It also covers other medical services such as physical, occupational therapy, so forth and so on. And the government pays a substantial portion of the Part B premium. Now, I have not seen this percentage before, but again, we're going to go with what they're telling us, about 75%. So they're saying for most everybody, the government's going to pay 75% of the cost of Part B, and we're only paying 25% of the cost of Part B. So if you're a higher income beneficiary, you'll pay a larger percentage than that 25% of the total cost of Part B based on the income you reported to the IRS. You'll pay monthly Part B premiums equal to either 35%, 50%, 65%, 80 or 85% of the total cost. So as you can see, it's going to be significant. It's going to be multiple times what the average person is paying for their Medicare Part B, depending upon what you reported to the IRS. Medicare prescription drug coverage helps pay for prescription drugs. Most beneficiaries, the government pays the major portion of the total cost. The beneficiary pays the rest. Doesn't give us a percentage here. Prescription drug plans costs vary depending upon the plan. So there are different choices on drug plans that can change the premium as well. So let's get into the meat of it. How does Social Security determine if I must pay higher premiums? And this is where it gets a little complicated. So to determine if you'll pay higher premiums, Social Security uses the most recent federal tax return that the IRS provides to them. So if you must pay higher premiums, we use a sliding scale to make adjustments based on your modified adjusted gross income, so your MAGI. And if you don't know where to find your MAGI on your tax returns, you can ask your accountant, what is my MAGI for what particular year? And your MAGI is your total adjusted income and tax exempt interest income. If you file your taxes as married filing jointly, and your MAGI is greater than $170,000, so if you're married and you file jointly and your MAGI is more than $170,000, you're going to pay higher premiums for your Medicare Part B and your prescription drugs. And it just goes up from there. So if you're significantly higher than 170, you're going to pay significantly higher in your Medicare. If you file your taxes using a different status and your MAGI is greater than 85,000, so if not married filing jointly, if it's single or whatever else it may be, the line is 85,000. So you'll see where that breaks down here in just a minute. If you must pay higher premiums, we'll send you a letter with your premium amount and the reason for our determination. So they're going to explain it to you on why you're going to do that. So which tax return does Social Security use? And again, this is where it gets a little complicated. To determine your 2019 income-related monthly adjustment amount, we use your most recent federal tax return that the IRS provides to us. Generally, this information is from a tax return filed in 2018 for tax year 2017. So generally, it's a 2-year look back because that's all they have information on. So you obviously haven't filed likely your 2018 taxes in the beginning of 2019. So whatever they have the most accurate data, usually it's a 2-year look back. Sometimes the IRS provides information return filed in 2017 for 2016. So it might be a 3-year look back. If we use 2016 tax year data and you file a return for 2017 or did not need to file a tax return for tax year 2017, call us or visit Social Security office and we'll update our records. So they seem to present that they make it very easy for you to kind of discuss with them changes, but it's not necessarily that simple. I'll show you exactly how to do it in just a minute. If you amended your tax return and it changes the income we count to determine the income-related monthly adjustment amount, let us know and we'll make adjustments. So they're certainly presenting the fact that they're easy to work with. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about Social Security, who's working with the Internal Revenue Service, so may not be quite as easy as what it's showing here. What if my income has gone down? And that's where most people have a problem. They made significant income 2 years ago. Now you're retired and you're not making significant income that you were 2 years ago, but you're still going to get hit with this increase in your Medicare premiums because of what you made 2 years ago. So if your income has gone down due to any of the following situations and the change makes a difference in the income level we consider, contact us to explain you have new information and may need a new decision about your income-related monthly adjustment amount, your IRMAA. So if you, in the last couple of years, got married, divorced, or became widowed, you or your spouse stopped working or reduced your hours, which is most of the cases where you retire, you no longer work, you or your spouse lost income-producing property because of disaster or event beyond your control, not really sure if you sold the income property that would play any part in it. You or your spouse experienced a scheduled cessation, termination, reorganization of an employer's pension plan. So if your pension plan blew up, you don't have that income anymore. You or your spouse received a settlement from an employer or former employer because of employer's closure, bankruptcy, or reorganization. So in other words, if your income significantly changed from the 2 year ago tax return to now, you do have some ability to get things done. So if any of the above applies to you, we need to see that documentation. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that here in just a second. And again, you can download this brochure as well, so you'll have all this with you. So let's talk about the actual adjustments and what they mean to your pocketbook. So monthly Medicare premiums 2019. The standard Part B 2019 premium is $135.50. That's a pretty good deal. That is absolutely a pretty good deal. So that is if you are below that 170 number, or if you're below that 85 number, if you're not married filing jointly. So you can see here the first one is that $135.50 if you're below those numbers. Now the first increase is if you are not filing jointly and you're between 85 and 107, or if you're filing jointly and you're 170 to 214. It's going to add $54.10 to your Medicare Part B. It's going to add $12.40 to your drug plan. Individuals in the next category where not filing jointly 107 to 133 or filing jointly 214 to 267, it's going to add $135.40 to your Part B premium. It's going to add $31.90 to your drug plan. That's pretty significant. That's almost doubling the cost of your drug plan. And next category, not filing jointly 133.5 to 160, or jointly 267 to 320, it's going to add $216 a month to that 135.50 premium. Significant. Going to add $51.40 to your drug plan. So we don't stop here. We've got a couple more tiers that we need to go through. So not filing jointly 160 to 500, or jointly 320 to 750, it's going to add $297.90 to your Part B premium, $70.90 to your drug plan. And the final category is if you're equal to or above $500,000 not filing jointly, or $750 or above filing jointly, it's going to add $325 to your Part B premium, $77.40 to your drug plan. So you can see, so it's going to take your, if you max out here at above $750 filing jointly, it's going to take your $135 and add $325 to it. So $460 is what your Part B premium. So it is significant, but again, it's not, outrageous. It's just a significant increase versus other folks paying less than that, which is a whole different story. So if you married and lived with your spouse at some time during the taxable year, but filed separate tax returns, this chart would apply to you. So you're welcome to look through this if that's the case that you might be in. But what we need to do now is, what if I disagree? So if your income has changed, or they send you a letter that you don't think is correct based on the information that they have from 2 years ago, or maybe even 3 years ago, then we need to appeal it. And very easy to do. So I have all this information for you, and I've got a lot of other information on my website. So make sure you know how to get back here, because there'll be other things that you're going to need in the future. If you go to MedicareOnVideo.com, you simply, first thing you can do here, and obviously what I do, is I help people with their Medicare supplement plans. That's how I make my living. I'm an insurance broker. I'm in 49 states. And I have access to pretty much everything out there, so I'm happy to help you with your Medicare supplement. I'd appreciate it if you allow me to help you with your Medicare supplement, and then I'll help you with all this other stuff as well as we keep going. So you can get an easy quote right off the bat for a Medicare supplement. You can also get a free discount prescription drug card. You just click right there. It'll download right on your computer. I get great feedback on this, so it can absolutely save you some money on your prescriptions on a regular basis. And then if you go into the Resource Center, it's going to drop down, you click on Guides and Forms, and it's going to bring you into Guides and Forms. And I have pretty much everything that you might need here. And I have categories, so you can see I have starting Medicare, drug plans, IRMAA. If you click on IRMAA, it's going to bring up those 3 brochures that you need going forward. And there's other things you can find here. If you're still working and you're past 65 and you're going to retire and come into Medicare, a lot of people don't know this either. You need to show proof of credible coverage that you have currently. So there's this form, which is right here, the employer coverage form, that your employer needs to fill out, that you need to give to Social Security when you're starting Medicare. And you need to do this early, because it can take some time to get back and forth. So don't wait till 2 weeks before you're going to retire and go into Medicare. Get this done 2 months ahead of time. And while you're also in here, you can get a copy of my book. I have a book that pretty much covers every topic in Medicare. And then everything else that's here is for you to use. So you can get that IRMAA reimbursement form. You can get the brochure that shows you how to appeal everything, and then the whole breakdown on everything that you need to know about the monthly adjustment for your Part B premiums. Now, if you'd like to see more of my videos, and I have tons of videos, I try to make it easy for you to find it. So if you go to www.keithvideos.com, brings you right to my YouTube channel. Makes it very easy to find whatever topic you're looking for. And whatever you're looking for, just use the magnifying glass at the top, put it in, it'll bring up the videos that relate to that topic. So whether it's supplements, drug plans, Part B, Part A, Part C, and whatever it may be, it'll bring up whatever videos relate to that topic. Makes it easy for you to use. So I hope you found this information helpful. If anything I can do, send me an email. I'm happy to answer any questions, get you through whatever you may need to get through. And again, I certainly would appreciate it if you allow me to help you with your Medicare supplement plan, and we will absolutely get you the best value in whatever zip code that you live in. And that's what we do all day long, is just help people get through Medicare. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have a fantastic day.